Have you ever caught yourself saying, when I was younger, I could do 1,000 things at the same time? And underneath it, quietly, the sentence you didn't say out loud, and now I can't. If that's you, if you're running a business inside an already full life, and the to-do list has started making the decisions for you, this episode is for you. Because today I want to hand you a different question. Not, how do I fit it all in? That question has been lying to you for years. A better one. Stay with me. You're listening to Amplify with Purpose, Business and Life Unlocked. I'm Odette de Beer. This is where we have real conversations about building a business and a life that actually works. No scripts, no fluff, and nothing you'll have to pretend you didn't hear. If you're ready to lead with purpose and deliver with consistency, you're in the right room. Let's get into it. Welcome back to Amplify with Purpose. I'm Odette, and today's episode comes straight out of a Monday morning. Every Monday morning, I sit in a room with women in business, my growth collective, and we do accountability properly. Real check-ins, real commitments, and every now and then, a sentence gets said out loud that stops the room. This week, one of these women, and listen to the season. A full-time client contract, a business of her own that she's building around the edges of it, kids on school holidays, a household that files its requests with her by default. Sound familiar? I thought it might. And she started with that sentence. When I was younger, I could do 1,000 things at the same time, and I can't now. Now, here's the thing. Most people stop there. And when you stop there, that sentence sounds like defeat. It sounds like decline. It sounds like something's ending. But she didn't stop there. She kept going. And this is where it turns. She said, I can still do a lot of things, but I've got way too many balls in the air. So I need to prioritize those balls. And just let a few drop. What? Let a few drop? On purpose? In our group, we call a sentence like that a mindset receipt. A piece of reframing language you could earn out loud that you get to keep forever. And I want to spend the next few minutes unpacking why that receipt matters for you, because inside it, there are 3 truths that I think every woman in business needs in a full season. The first truth, the balls are dropping either way. Here's the part that nobody wants to say at networking breakfasts. In a genuinely full season, balls drop. Full stop. That's not a possibility you're managing. It's a certainty you're scheduling. A full-time workload plus a growing business plus a family does not fit inside the hours that exist. You know this. You've done the math at 11 p.m. with your laundry on your lap. So the real question was never, how do I keep everything in the air? The real question is, who chooses what falls? You or your exhaustion? That's it. That's the whole decision. Because a choice is being made every week about what drops. The only variable is who is making it. On the Sustain Her Accountability ladder, if you've been here a while, you know it. On the Sustain Her Accountability ladder, if you've been here for a while, you'll know it. This is the move from, I hope it sorts itself out, to, I acknowledge reality. Hoping says, maybe this week I'll magically fit it all in. Reality says, something's dropping, I'd rather hold the pen. The second truth is exhaustion almost always picks wrong. Here's what I watched happen over and over when the exhaustion does the choosing. Exhaustion drops your health. It drops your sleep. It drops the 1 hour of business development that would actually change your next year. And that's the cruel part. It faithfully keeps every loud, low-value obligation, the errand, the favor, the thing someone else could do, because low-value obligations are the loudest and exhaustion answers whoever shouts. Deciding picks differently. Deciding drops the errand that was never yours. The standard nobody is auditing. The meeting that could have been an email. And it protects the small, quiet things that compound. The hour on your business, the evening that restores you, the follow-up that becomes your next contract. So hear me on this. Dropping balls is not a failure of capacity. Dropping the right balls on purpose is the most senior form of prioritization there is. It's a leadership decision. Apply it to your own life. The woman who's earned this week's receipt, the same week she started handing things back, she set up a system at home where everyone's things became everyone's responsibility. Her words, now it's their problem, not mine. Small thing, maybe. But that's what the decision looks like on the ground. It's not a vision board. It's not a basket. It's a basket of laundry that you didn't fold. Truth number 3. Not all balls are the same. Know which ones bounce. Now, before you go dropping everything, a distinction. There is an old piece of wisdom that some balls are rubber and some are glass. Rubber balls bounce when they fall. Glass balls don't. Your health is glass. Your key relationships are glass. In a full season, the thing you're building for the future, the one protected hour on your business, I'd argue that's glass too. Because if it drops for 6 months, you wake up in January exactly where you started last. And if you've ever had that January, you know precisely the feeling I'm talking about. But so much of what we carry is rubber. The errand, the perfect hostess standard, the quick favor. The jumper that needs to be taken to the dry cleaner. The one that's not your ball. Check whose name is on it. That's the skill. So the skill isn't just dropping. The skill is sorting. Hand, rubber on the floor, and someone else's balls handed back to their rightful owners with love and a completely straight face. The ritual, the deliberate drop. Okay, let's make it a little bit more practical because you know I don't do inspiration without application. This week's ritual takes 5 minutes tonight with your calendar open. I call it the deliberate drop. 3 decisions said out loud. First, drop. Name 1 ball you are letting fall this week on purpose. Not if I run out of time. Choose it, name it, drop it tonight. 2, hand back. Know 1 ball. Name 1 ball that was never yours. Give it back to its owner, kindly, clearly this week. If it helps, borrow her words. It's their problem now. 3, keep. Name the 1 glass ball you will protect no matter what. For most of you, building a business inside a busy life is that single daily, weekly hour that works on the business. Put it in the calendar like it's a client meeting because it is. The client is your future. Drop, hand back, keep. Say all 3 out loud to your partner, to your friend, to your accountability group if you have one. A decision spoken out loud is very hard to undecide. That's half of why my Monday room works. So, let's retire the old question, not how do I fit it all in? New question. This week, and honestly for the rest of the year, which balls am I dropping on purpose? Here's what I'd love you to do. Send me your deliberate drop, your 1 drop, 1 hand back, 1 keep. In a DM on LinkedIn or in Instagram, I read every single one and I'll cheer you on. Naming it to someone is the moment it becomes real. And if this episode found you nodding the whole way through, if you're done making the same plans every quarter with nobody asking you about them next Monday, that room I mentioned is called the Growth Collective, weekly accountability for women in business who are ready to make the shift stick. Message me the word growth and I'll send you the details. If Amplify with Purpose is serving you, subscribe, leave a review, and share this one with a friend who's got too many balls in the air. You know exactly who she is. She needs permission to drop a few. Be the one who gives it to her. Because when you lead with purpose and deliver with consistency, you don't just succeed, you create impact that outlasts you. Thank you for spending this time with me. I don't take it for granted. If today's episode moves something for you, please would you do 3 things? Follow the show so you never miss an episode. Leave a quick review. It genuinely helps other purpose-driven women find us. And send this one to the friend who needed to hear it. You know exactly who she is. You'll find me on LinkedIn and Instagram, and the links are in the show notes. And my DMs are always open. Until next time, lead with purpose, deliver with consistency, and go create the impact that outlasts you.